I made six figures and couldn't afford a $500 emergency. Let that sink in. I was earning more than 90% of Americans, but I was still living paycheck to paycheck. How? The same way most high earners stay broke. Lifestyle creep. The moment I got a raise, I upgraded everything. Apartment, car, restaurants, and I trapped myself in a golden cage, a beautiful, shiny cage with nice furniture and good food. But a cage is still a cage when you can't afford to leave your job for 3 months. Today, I'm going to show you exactly why a high salary is actually a trap, and more importantly, how to escape it without becoming a monk who never enjoys anything. Let me walk you through how this happens. Because it's not dramatic. It's not one bad decision. It's 1,000 tiny upgrades that feel completely reasonable in the moment. You get your first raise, maybe from $50,000 to $70,000, and you think, finally, I can breathe. So you move out of the apartment with 3 roommates into a place of your own. That's reasonable, right? Then you get another raise, $70,000 to $90,000. And your car is old, so you upgrade to something reliable. Maybe a lease on the nice Honda or a Toyota. Nothing crazy. That's responsible, right? Then you hit 6 figures, and you start eating out more because you're tired after work. You join a nicer gym. You take a vacation that isn't a road trip to visit your parents. You buy better clothes because you need to look the part at work. Here's the problem. None of these decisions feel wrong. In fact, each one feels like a reward for your hard work. You deserve it. You earned it. But math doesn't care about feelings. And the math says that every single one of these upgrades ate up your raise before you ever saw it. You didn't get richer, you just got more expensive. I call this the invisible tax. It's the tax you pay on every promotion, every bonus, every raise. And the tax rate is 100% if you're not careful. Here's what I mean. You get a $10,000 raise. After taxes, maybe that's $7,000 in your pocket. That's an extra $580 per month. Sounds great, right? But then you upgrade your apartment. That's an extra $300 a month. You upgrade your car payment. That's an extra $200 a month. You start eating out twice a week instead of once. That's an extra $100 a month. Congratulations, your raise is gone. You're not richer, you're just spending more. And here's the part that hurts. Your old apartment was fine. Your old car was fine. You didn't need to upgrade anything. But the money showed up in your account, and your brain automatically assumed you could afford more. This is the trap. More money doesn't make you wealthy. Keeping more money than you spend makes you wealthy. And when every raise gets swallowed by lifestyle creep, you're not building wealth. You're just running faster on a treadmill that's going nowhere. Here's a test I want you to take right now, and I want you to be brutally honest with yourself. If you lost your job today, how long could you survive? Not by borrowing money, not by asking family for help, just you and what you have in the bank. If the answer is less than 3 months, you are not wealthy. It doesn't matter what your salary is. It doesn't matter what car you drive. You are one missed paycheck away from disaster. I know people making $50,000 a year who could survive for a year, and I know people making $200,000 a year who couldn't survive for a month. The difference isn't income. The difference is lifestyle. The person making $50,000 lives below their means. They drive an old car. They have roommates. They cook at home. And every month, money flows into savings. The person making $200,000 lives at their means, or above it. The mortgage on the big house, the lease on the luxury SUV, the private school tuition, the vacations, and every month they're praying nothing goes wrong. Who was actually wealthier? It's not the person with the higher salary. It's the person with the longer runway. The person who can say no. The person who can walk away. So how do you escape? You don't need to live like a monk. You don't need to stop enjoying your money. You just need one simple rule that changes everything. Here it is. Every time you get a raise, save half of it before you spend a single dollar of it. That's it. That's the whole system. You get a $10,000 raise. Automatically, $5,000 goes into savings or investments before you even see it. The other $5,000, that's your fun money. That's your upgrade money. That's your reward. This works for two reasons. First, it forces you to be intentional about lifestyle creep. You can still upgrade, but you have to choose what matters most. You can't upgrade everything. Second, it builds wealth automatically. Every raise makes you richer instead of just making your life more expensive. Let me show you the math. If you start at $50,000 and get a $5,000 raise every year for 10 years, saving half of each raise, here's what happens. After 10 years, you're earning $100,000, but you've also saved over $100,000, and that money has been growing in the market. You're not just a high earner, you're actually wealthy. Compare that to the person who spends every raise. After 10 years, they're also earning $100,000, but they have nothing saved. They have a nicer car and a bigger apartment, but they have zero freedom, zero options, zero security. Which one do you want to be? Before I wrap this up, I want to give you one question that will protect you from lifestyle creep for the rest of your life. Whenever you're about to upgrade something, ask yourself this: would I buy this if I still made my old salary? Not, can I afford it? Because you probably can. The question is, would I want this if I hadn't gotten that raise? Most of the time, the answer is no. You wouldn't buy the nicer apartment. You wouldn't lease the nicer car. You wouldn't join the fancy gym. You want those things because you have new money burning a hole in your pocket, not because you actually need them or even deeply want them. And here's the beautiful thing. Once you start asking this question, you realize something amazing. Most upgrades don't actually make you happier. They just make you more comfortable. And comfort is fine, but freedom is better. Would you rather have a nicer apartment or the ability to quit a job you hate? Would you rather have a newer car or the peace of mind that comes with a full emergency fund? Would you rather eat out 5 nights a week or retire 5 years earlier? These aren't rhetorical questions. They're trade-offs. And once you see them clearly, you can start making choices that actually serve you. Look, I'm not telling you to never enjoy your money. That's not the point. The point is to be intentional, to decide what actually matters to you instead of letting lifestyle creep decide for you. The person who saves half their raises isn't suffering. They're just choosing different things. They're choosing freedom over stuff, options over upgrades, peace of mind over a slightly nicer car. And here's the secret they don't tell you. After a while, you don't even miss the upgrades. Your old apartment was fine. Your old car was fine. Your old life was fine. You just forgot that because you got used to more. So here's my challenge to you. The next time you get a raise, any raise, save half of it. Just try it. See how it feels. I promise you, watching your savings grow is way more satisfying than any upgrade you could buy. Have you ever gotten a raise and still felt broke? Share your story in the comments. Let's normalize talking about lifestyle creep. And if this video helped you see your salary differently, hit that like button and subscribe. Your future self will thank you.